सरकार की
जय।
सर्वं योगी रामसूरत्कुमारार्पणमस्तु। Today, as I used to tell every day, we got one more golden opportunity to sing His powerful name. A Nama Sankirtan with involvement, the mind fixed on Bhagwan. If one should sing the name with love and faith, it amounts to having a holy bath in the ocean of Nama Sankirtan, in the ocean of Guru's grace. I have been saying it for the past 3 or 4 days, like how Nama Sankirtan, singing the name of Bhagwan, amounts to having a holy bath in the holy Ganges. Surprisingly, I came across what Bhagwan had said to the devotees in the early 80s. Bhagwan was quoting Swami Tulsi, the confluence of the 3 holy rivers, Ganga, Jamuna and Saraswati. The unseen Saraswati is called Triveni Sangam, the confluence of 3 rivers. It's called Prayag. Wherever there is a Guru, a realized soul as Guru, a Jnani, it is Prayag for the people around. It is Triveni Sangamam. Wherever a Jnani is, his very presence is equivalent to the confluence of love, the river of love, the river of peace, and the river of joy. So it is Triveni Sangamam, the confluence of the 3 rivers. When I came across this, I was absolutely thrilled that Bhagwan himself had said it, and Tulsi before him had sung in his Ramayana Kirtan. Bhagwan went on to say that a master blesses the devotees, the disciples, in 5 ways. The Shastras say, by look, the master blesses; by thought, he can bless the Shishya; by word, he can bless the disciple; by touch. And then Papa Ramdas added, by smile also, and then he smiled. I believe in Anandashram, Swami Ramdas was seated under a tree and there were just about 5 or 6 people around, and Yogi was one of them. So when Swami Ramdas was doing satsang, he said this, According to Shastras, a master can bless his disciples either by thought or word or touch or by look. And then he added smile, and then he asked, has anybody felt the blessings from Ramdas in any of these ways? The 5 or 6 people around were keeping quiet. They did not know what to say. But Bhagwan, Yogi raised both his hands and said he felt the grace of the Master in all 5 ways. He felt his blessings by his look, by his thought, by his word, by his touch, and by his smile also. So when Yogi added the last word, Swami Ramdas burst into laughter in appreciation of what he said. This is Guru's grace. It flows in all ways. A disciple with involvement, a committed disciple who remembers the Guru always, submits all his actions at the feet of the Guru, will be able to feel the grace of the Guru flowing all the time, in all ways. This is what Bhagwan concluded. And that's an interesting conversation that took place between Bhagwan and K.V.J, a very popular scholar in Tamil, who was well known, well reputed for the puns in Tamil words. So one day, Bhagwan was all praises for the songs that rolled out of the mouth of K.V.J in the presence of Bhagwan extemporally. It came out spontaneously. Sri K.V.J had sung more than 1,000 songs. More than 1,024 songs, but some of them somehow got destroyed. Only 1,024 are available. And those songs are all completely on Yogi Ramsuratkumar. Bhagwan used to say that his father sat on the tongue of K.V.J when he began to sing extemporally. The songs rolled out on Yogi Ramsuratkumar freely and spontaneously. So Bhagwan was all praise. He said they are immortal songs. And then he said some devotees have reported that they could get peace, a deep peace, after singing the songs of K.V.J on Bhagwan, Yogi Ramsuratkumar. Yogiji said, many friends say they are getting peace when they go through your immortal songs. Immediately K.V.J replied, oh, they are getting only peace, not piecemeal. Piecemeal means, it's a pun again, it is P-I-E-C-E, peace, a broken piece. Meal is a meal, so you could say it meant the installments of food that is given in increments. So he was using the pun. Immediately, pat came the reply from Bhagwan, who had no indulgence in punning words, but then here he was, totally inspired. Bhagwan said, oh, they are getting meals and peace both. How is it possible to get peace without a meal? So Bhagwan was talking about P-A-C, and K.V.J. was making fun of himself, mentioning P-I-E-C. So you see, what do we understand from what Bhagwan said? It's good that he played the pun. K.V.J. played on the pun because it got the reply from Bhagwan. Bhagwan said, singing the songs, the immortal songs of K.V.J. would give not only peace of mind but meals also, which means it provides all that is necessary for living in this world and also all that is necessary for the peace of mind. And then Bhagwan went on to say about the glory of chanting the name of God. He said, if you offer food for 1,000 people, it confines itself to 1,000 people alone. It is service, definitely, it is annadanam, it is service to people, but it is service to people, to limited people. But when you chant, when you say Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, you are serving the whole humanity to that extent. Of course, you cannot see with the present eye how it is doing good to the entire world. But when the time comes, you will understand. So you see, every nama of Yogi Ramsuratkumar that we utter, that we sing as Sankirtan, is helping the whole world in the present situation. Every nama. Bhagwan used to say, not a single nama goes waste. Every nama that we utter is helping ourselves, it's helping Bhagwan's work, it's helping the entire humanity. And then Bhagwan said, nama chanting is one type of sadhana. You keep chanting, chanting, chanting the name, and the nama takes over. In the beginning, you have to catch hold of the nama and keep it on your tongue all the time. But after some time, the nama catches you. Nama begins to flow, uninterrupted. Along with that, he said, people should try to help others unselfishly. The whole spiritual life is meant to give up this ego, to give up this selfishness. So every little help or big help that you do without ego, without the feeling that I am helping, without any expectations from the helped, is truly a service to God, and it's a great sadhana. But when you help people unselfishly, you have to also remember that you are doing it for the sake of God. You are not doing it to a person. You are doing it to a person, all right, but for the sake of God. So if you do it in this mentality, then it becomes a sadhana. Every help that you do to others without any expectations, without any selfishness, with the feeling that I am doing it for the sake of my Guru, then it will definitely go straight to the Guru, it will go to the God, it will go to Bhagwan himself. And then Bhagwan said, the Palmyra tree is growing very tall, but it's not able to give shade to people. And its fruits are also high above, not easily accessible. The man who considers himself very great, considered as great by other people also, unless he is useful to others, he is not great. Bhagwan declared, you may call somebody great. He may look great in the eyes of the people, but what's the use if he cannot help other people in the spirit of service to God? It's like Palmyra tree which grows tall without being able to give shade to people and the cattle. He said, if you people think at least a little food offered to this beggar will be equal to thousands of the food offered to thousands of Brahmins, it is definitely so. When this beggar eats one meal or a little food from the hands of a devotee who offers it with love, it goes to the entire creation. Bhagwan said that. He said, when you water the root of a tree, the sap goes to every branch, every tip of the branch. It goes to the flowers, the fruits, all the leaves there. Likewise, when you offer even a little food in front of this beggar, it goes to the entire creation. Why? Because he has become one with God, and becoming one with God is becoming one with entire creation also. He said, one has to control the mind. Do not fight with others. And then he mentioned, there was one Shivachariar who was touching Arunachaleshwara and doing pooja. Was doing a great service in Arunachaleshwara temple, but after he came out, he would start criticizing other people. Bhagwan said, what's the use? You are chanting the name, you are doing puja to the deity, must change you, must transform you. You must become more and more sattvic. Find out your own faults and stop finding faults with others. Have faith in the Guru. And then he said, do not stay idle even for a moment. Bhagwan advised the devotees present. He said, Sri Aurobindo, one of the three masters of this beggar, also said that people should work, should not waste time. They should not remain idle. Keep doing work under any circumstances. One should not be idle. That is disastrous to a sadhak. Then on Vedas, Bhagwan said, when the Brahmins chant the Vedas, they are serving the whole humanity. The whole humanity exists because of the Vedas. That is the truth. Believe this beggar. The whole humanity exists because of the Vedas. When the Vedic Pandits do the Parayana, do the chanting, do the recital of the Vedas, they are protecting the Vedas. And they are serving the entire humanity by reciting the Vedas. My father has protected Vedas for millions and millions of years. He knows how to protect Vedas. Kanchi Paramacharya, we have to worship him for the excellent service he has done towards the Vedas, the way he protected the Vedas, the Vedic Pandits. A great treasure to humanity, Kanchi Paramacharya. Oh, this beggar only talks about it. This beggar is not doing anything. He simply says all the time, Vedas have to be protected, Vedic Pandits have to be protected. And this beggar is not doing anything. But my father says that he will put this beggar's words to use. Any utterance of this beggar will be put to use by father. This beggar's mere saying, Vedas have to be protected, will come true, will be made true by father. And then Bhagwan made a very humorous remark in one of those sessions. He said, people who call themselves social worker, social service, people who say that we are doing social service, he said, serving the humanity, this beggar feels, is like a donkey carrying the load on its back. Unless you do this social service in the right spirit of seva, it's no use. After some time you develop ego over it, and if there are any problems you have to confront, you will stop it. So he said, do Ram Bhajan. Ram Bhajan is Ananda. It is the only Ananda. Once a young sadhu had come from Rishikesh, and Bhagwan was asking him what sadhana he was doing. And the sadhu said he was doing Namajapa, but he was trying to mix it with his breath. As soon as Bhagwan heard it, Bhagwan said very strongly, stop it. Don't mix the nama with your breath. There is no need. Do not pay attention to your breath. Instead, you concentrate on the nama itself. The nama japa is so simple. Why can't you do a simple sadhana? Do you have to complicate it? So that you will get a feeling that you are doing sadhana. Sadhana doesn't have to be complicated. It can be very simple. Just repetition of the name will do. Of course, with faith in the deity, faith in the Guru, and if possible, with love. Otherwise, love will develop. So Bhagwan warned him not to mix it with the breath, because when he tries to regulate the breath to suit the nama, or regulate the nama to suit the breath, much of his concentration would go to the breath. So he wanted him to pursue a very simple sadhana, just taking the name, concentrating on the deity. And then he said about Bharat, our Bharat is a land of sages. They will guide India and pave way for the whole universe to follow. Swami Ramdas, Sri Aurobindo, Swami Ramteeth, Mahatma Gandhi, Subramanya Bharati predicted the time has come now, and only India can show the correct path to the world. For some time, Japan was flourishing, then Germany, Italy, England, America. Bhagwan declared, hereafter, only India can lead. Bharat Mata is Loka Guru. She is Loka Mata. All the sages are protecting India. My father has sent this beggar to this world on a secret mission. And that work is done silently. Most of this beggar's work is hidden. Meeting people and blessing them is only a small fraction of that. Wherever you are, if you think of this beggar, or speak about this beggar, or listen to tales, listen to stories of this beggar, my Father is with you. My Father will be blessing you. So, I think we have heard enough from Bhagwan. They say straight from the horse's mouth. We heard straight from Bhagwan's mouth his assurance to the devotees, the glory of his name. So all we have to do, Bhagwan also used to say that the goal of everybody's life, whether he be in America, Alaska, Argentina, Australia, Papua New Guinea, or Russia, Japan, the goal of human life is only God, the attainment of God. But then attaining God is not in our hands, but making effort towards it is very much in our hands. So this making effort, trying, is tapas. He told me, I have already mentioned this, that when Papa Ramdas initiated him into Ram Nam, he gave one instruction. Bhagwan said, along with Ramanama, he also threw Ramabana into this beggar. He said, chant this mantra all the 24 hours. This was very sharp, like Ramabana. It went straight into this beggar and triggered the Ram Nam chanting. Not that this beggar could do the chanting of name all the 24 hours, but Devaki, this beggar was trying and trying and trying. Then aside he said, Devaki, this trying is tapas. So this we have to remember all the time. We can only try. And our trying will not go waste. We have to do this tapas of trying to chant his name as much as possible, if not all the 24 hours, as much as possible. And accept whatever life brings to us as Father's blessings, because everything happens only by the will of God. And whatever comes from God can only be a blessing. It's meant for your greater good. It's meant for your spiritual growth. It's happening because it's necessary for your spiritual growth. So you learn to accept it. And in this acceptance is our salvation. Acceptance is the beginning of surrender. It will be reluctant acceptance in the beginning, but slowly, you would see the magic of this turning into total surrender. So we have to keep on chanting his name and go about our daily activities of life as instrument in his hands. And at the same time, we should keep trying and trying like Bhagwan said, with gratitude and faith. This attitude of gratitude towards the Guru is very important. Whatever comes is only a blessing from the Guru. We are able to see. We are given eyes that can see. What a great blessing. We are given 2 legs which carry us very comfortably and fast to wherever we want to go. What a blessing. When something goes wrong with one of the knees, you would know what a blessing it had been. Everything about our life, everything about our body, everything about our life is a great blessing from God. So let us learn to count the blessings that we already have instead of complaining all the time, grumbling about something that we have not got. Let's be grateful for all that God has already given us. And be grateful to Bhagwan. Bhagwan also went one step higher. He said, we should not only accept wherever Father puts us in, but be grateful to him for what he has given. And stop grumbling. It may be very difficult, but as we keep trying, chanting the name all the time and acting as though we are tools in his hand, will definitely lead us to this surrender and faith. Now this Bhagwan, we have been seeing Leelas, one Leela after the other, for so many days now, nearly 160 days, 5 months, plus 10 days. And we saw different Leelas, both in the morning and in the evening, except for the last 10 days. It's as though we have all had a holy bath in the ocean of his Leelas, the ocean of his Kripa. It's a great tapas. So let us remember the glory of his grace, the glory of his nama, and go about our life with gratitude. And when we keep praying and praying, Bhagwan said, not a single nama goes waste, not a single prayer goes waste. Every prayer. That's why we have to be very careful when we pray. Whatever we pray for will happen one day or the other. We should not invite trouble for ourselves by praying for something which we think we need now. It would take some time for that to come, but when it comes, it may not be useful to us. It may become a burden. So let us pray to Bhagwan that we should become good instruments in his hands, that he should take over all our thinking, all our words, all our actions. Let us submit our today's prayer at his feet. Bhagwan, we are